All right. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. As I said, I'm Alexander. I'm CEO and founder of Soft Games. And we are the world's largest HTML5 games platform. We have published over 400 games so far. We're entertaining around 30 million users a month. And if you own a website or an app and looking to embed, let's say, engaging content into your app or website, just let us know, actually. Okay, so if you haven't already noticed, 2016 is the year of messaging, and the messengers are about to become the new platform, and chatbots are about to become the new apps. And within the next 20-25 minutes, I will give you an introduction about chatbots in general, and what this means, and also like what kind of opportunities they bring, especially for game developers. Okay, I mean, it may be hard to believe, but the golden area of apps is more or less over. I mean, for sure, apps, everybody's using apps, and that will probably always be the case. But the app boom in general is over. The people are becoming more and more selective on the apps they're basically downloading. So the reality is that an American is downloading 0 apps a month, which is like crazy. And the ones they download, basically, they are the ones who are getting advertised the most. And if you see this chart, you can believe, or you can guess which kind of apps this will be, basically. So the reality is that just 1% of the overall publishers or developers out there earn the majority of the revenues in the app stores, and they do have the money to spend for user acquisition. And user acquisition gets more and more costly. So the remaining 99% of the publishers which are out there, they cannot afford anymore this high user acquisition costs, basically. So especially for indie developers, this is like a huge problem. How can I find my users? So, I mean, I think it's the right time for a change, and with especially messengers becoming like a new platform for game developers, there's a major paradigm shift on the way. And we have had such shifts already once every decade. And so let's have a short view back what happened in the past, basically. So it all started with the PC in the 1980s. Back then, the platform was the desktop computer. And the great thing with the desktop computer, as it is today, developers could develop apps, software, client-side software for these, for the PC. And it was great because, I could personalize my personal computer experience, actually. So around these opportunities, like a major ecosystem has been created around this, and it brought us like amazing software, which we still know or still using every day, which is like Excel or Word, and also some software which is forgotten, which is like, for example, Lotus. The gatekeepers back then, also like today, are Microsoft, or have been Microsoft and Apple. And but over the time, this kind of framework outlived its purpose. There has been popping up 2 major problems. One, let's say, big problem, what we all see also today, is that the software ended up with a lot of features, so-called bloatware. So I could use tons of features. When I just remember my Word today or my Excel today, it just filled with tons of features, and it more confuses me than giving me some kind of extra value. The other problem was that the development itself of the software got more and more costly, and as well the upgrade as well. And you cannot imagine this today in a very agile world, that the development cycle took up to 3 years, or minimum 1 year, actually. And if I would like to update or upgrade my current software version, I have to go to another shop and buy a new upgrade. So that was the 2 problems. So then that leads to the fact that in the the 1990s, we shifted to another paradigm, to the web, to the internet, actually. And what happened? The browser basically replaced the desktop OS as a new platform, and the website got the new client. Developers could again build websites for specific use cases. And the new approach came with a lot of big advantages. On the one hand, it was super easy to start my own website, to build my own website. All it took me, I don't have to read a book or something like this. So it was faster and way cheaper to build and update websites. Plus, the approach of building websites for only a specific case eliminated the problem of bloatware. So when I go to a website, for example, Netflix or whatever, it only provided me with the features relevant to this page. The biggest players, Netscape at first, then Internet Explorer today, both are almost forgotten. But anyway. Then again, the next change happened in the mid-2000s with the rise of the smartphone. We shifted again to another system, to the mobile OS, which is has been the current paradigm so far, actually. Again, we now know it. Developers could build apps to personalize the user experience once again. And in the early days, as network connection was pretty slow, it also made sense to step back from the server-side development to the client-side development. And the problems of the client-server-side development just came right back with it. Just remember, when I built software back then, the costs of development and the upgrade costs are pretty high. And also, app bloatware is becoming a problem again. I can still not understand why an app like Twitter is like 80 MB big, and it's just an app which is about to send me an app to send 140 characters out, which is like crazy. Another problem, as I said at the beginning, basically everybody can build apps. It's super easy to build an app. So what we see now is that there are millions of apps out there. Everybody's fighting for their attention. You have to spend a lot of money, and as we learned, it's pretty hard to really, let's say, be able to spend this money because probably you're not within the 1% of the top developers, basically. And this is unlikely to get better, because even now Google and Apple are charging developers to get found within the search, the search results. And I think a much bigger challenge out here is the question, or is the fact that most smartphone users, they have all the apps they need. Just ask yourself, what kind of apps are you using, let's say, privately, so not from the business side. You will definitely use, so for example, like a messenger, you will use like Facebook, you will use a game, for example, and then probably 2-3 other news, whatever stuff there. But that's it. So when have you downloaded the last time another app or used another app like this one? But on the other hand, the messaging apps, they're showing explosive growth right now. People, in a few months, almost 2 billion people will use messaging service. These are more people than using Facebook or registered on Facebook, actually. A massive opportunity out there. And plus, messengers are also the top devices, the top apps in terms of usage. Normally, you spend about 80% of your time, of the smartphone time within a messenger service. And this is where chatbots come into the play. Messaging apps are becoming the new platform, as you can see, especially on this slide here. And they're more or less subsuming the role of the mobile operating system. So instead of having an app for, gaming, shopping, utilities, whatever is out there, you just have the messenger, and within the messenger, there's a bot for games, for services, shopping, video, whatever is out there, actually. So bots are the new apps, and the bot store is the new app store. So what are bots? A very simple explanation. There's a fancy way of, or fancy explanation of automated messages. The bots are new platform developers. They're the interface for the users, and they represent a range of a lot of new opportunities out there. Also, the good fact is they're coming with the same advantages like websites. So they are very easy, very cheap to build. It's super easy to upgrade them or update them. And they are built for a specific case only. So far, there's no reason to be feared about bloatware. And for user perspective, it's an amazing thing. I know I don't have to use my comfort zone. I can just stay within my beloved messenger, whatever it will be, if it's Viber or Facebook Messenger or whatever is out there. Plus, they don't have to download or install or register for another app. They can just stay where they are and just enjoy everything within their environment. So what's the status so far? So there are bots basically for everything already out there. You see like shopping bots, weather bots, news bots. I mean, like, just name it or guess it, and there will be something for sure. But as you can see, everything is very much text-based so far. And that reminds me a little bit to something what happened back in 1996. So for example, that's a picture I found from Pizza Hut. So that's how you could order a pizza back then. So very much text-based approach with a few images, or basically one image here. That's, for example, like a picture how Microsoft believes how we should order a pizza soon. And I mean, I don't want to do like 33 taps in order to get a pizza. I don't know how like a chicken pizza or a barbecue chicken or Hawaiian pizza looks like. So for me, it's like pretty hard and not really the best way how this experience should be. And also, I demand something different. And like the guys in China, they're way further developed in this case. So the first picture on the left side, I'm just subscribed to a pizza service bot. I tell them, okay, hey, I want to order a pizza through a sub menu, like in context menu. When I come there, I just see in a, let's say, like on a mini web page, what kind of pizza I want to order. I can just swipe through it, like I know it from my app or from my website, and just tap on it. Okay, I want to have this pizza. I go there, I make the payment within the WeChat Messenger, and then I get the pizza afterwards. So smart messages, I call them like this, are a way better experience for the user instead of just pure text. I know like Facebook Messenger is having already some of their some more images inside there, but the majority of the messaging service do not support this so far. So it's a more efficient communication between human and bots. So bots in combination with smart messages, they enable the replication of basically every app or every website. And so we can almost map with this kind of smart messaging every workflow actually. Okay, so beside the bot, as I said at the beginning, I want to focus also a little bit on the gaming side. So beside the service bot, a bot can be also like a starting point for a game. And this is like, I think, the most interesting part also for us actually. So let's have a look as well again, what's the current status. So these pictures are taken from Telegram, the Russian messenger here. You can see like there are bots again for everything. You can have a strategy game. There can be a card game. There are like poker games, whatever's out there. But very early days so far. A very limited user experience or user interface actually. Again, very text-based. And this reminds me a little bit back to this one actually, and this picture is from a C64 like around 30 years ago. And this is probably not something you might expect as an app user, for example. You would say like, hey, yeah, nice, but come on, show me something cool. First, let's say this picture is taken from Krug, for example, from the country quizzes actually. So first, bots are going to implement a little bit more pictures. But what is more interesting over here is that bots are also taking over, let's say, well-known mechanics from Facebook games. And the good thing is, like for example here, I had no idea what kind of flag this is. I could ask my colleague, hey, please help me. And I know when you just look back to the early days of Facebook gaming, it helped these kind of games to grow extremely fast and extremely massively. And basically, yeah, same like this. Yeah, early days, I can ask my friends to do everything about there. And the growth opportunities are similar strong, but probably even better, let's say, because, you know, I don't send my friend, hey, please download this or install this or register here. No, they can do everything within one click. I just have to, yeah, basically send out to my friends all the invitations. I click, I start, and I can help or whatever is there. What else is out there so far? First bots are even going a little bit further. It looks not like going further, but a little bit going further. So I was playing a text adventure, and then during this, it pointed me or asked me to open up to help, I don't know, the pilot to shoot on these kind of targets actually. So what is behind is basically that when I click on the image over there, well, over here, it opens up a web view. The web view is running an HTML5 game. And I mean, it looks super simple so far, but when you look back again to the early days of, for example, Mafia Wars, it was also super simple. It was just a little bit text, and that's it basically. So the next step was back then, hey, like more graphically optimized game, let's say. As you might know from Fanzio, the Crime City game there. So that's where HTML5 comes into the gameplay. Such highly quality games you can easily build with HTML5 games. So you don't have to build a text adventure. You don't have to build like these kind of very easy looking games basically. In order to deliver the user experience the users are demanding and so on and so on. And so you don't have to build like a pure text adventure. But you have to be fast, let's say, because like the evolution on the chatbot side is going extremely fast. So when we started doing chatbots, they were like mostly text-based adventures, and now it's getting more and more complex actually. We basically built like a free game a day bot just to try out, okay, what's possible here. You can try it by yourself, go to Kik in the chatbot store, let's say, or bot store, and you get sent every 24 hours a game, whatever it is. Yesterday it was like Hop Rush actually, and you will compete on a global leaderboard with everybody who is always playing there actually. The game itself is the same mechanic again as what I showed before. You tap on this image, and then the game opens up in a web view. And you see, it's not for sure not the best game so far, but you see it's giving much more quality, much more quality than what I've showed before. Sign up yourself; it's really huge fun. I'm playing it every day, and it's incredible how much points people can reach in these games. So what I want to say with this is, the combination between HTML5 and game bots, there are, like a lot of huge examples, huge possibilities, opportunities over there. Currently, everything is possible. It's like Wild West. So when you go out and say, okay, hey, I want to build my chatbot, just do it. I mean, there are no like deep regulations as there are in the app space or on Facebook games. The messaging services, they are highly demanding for smart ideas, smart bots actually. And this is, as you saw, just try it out and get it started actually. I'm running out of time, I know, but I want to just show like 3 more slides, then I'm done actually. I just want to point out the challenges we see basically for the chatbots so far. The biggest challenge, as in the App Store, is definitely discovery. So when you ask somebody out there, hey, do you play my chatbot? They're looking like, what is a fucking chatbot? Kik did it quite smartly, basically, because they embedded, let's say, some kind of bot shop or bot store within their overall environment. That can be an idea for other messengers, how they should do it. Facebook is doing it through some kind of in-context implementation. On Telegram, you have to send an @ with the name of the bot to somebody. So I mean, like that's a little bit some work like messengers have to do in order to optimize the way how people are engaging and discovering with chatbots. And I think it's super important because otherwise there's no chance that this kind of topic will grow and will become big. The other big question is like, how to make money with this kind of thing. I mean, like, it's a nice thing to be the front runner in this field, but if you cannot earn money at the end of the day, it doesn't bring you anything. Let's say we discovered, let's say, two things. Easiest thing, just show advertisement, as it is well known. There's a pre-roll video or a mid-roll, interstitial, reward, whatever is out there. You can just do this as well in the let's say, mobile web environment. Other thing is like in-app purchase. The biggest problem for HTML5 games, for example, so far was in-app purchase was probably not really possible because of not an existing environment here. Now you can access to the, let's say, APIs, the payment APIs of the messenger. Kik, for example, opened up the Kik Points API so far, so that you could, can extract this one, and then you can charge the users the Kik Points, and then you get money from Kik, basically. And, I mean, what's next? I don't know. Probably there's another idea we even never discovered so far, but I'm pretty sure there will be coming something. Okay, last slide. Okay, so apps won't die. There will be always people who are using apps, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And I don't want to say that chatbots will take over the world and that's it. But especially bots with an intuitive interface or smart messages, these will be the future of chatbots, and this will also bring a lot of new opportunities for the users over here. For me, it's important, just to tell you at the end. So instead of just wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars for a user acquisition to an unwilling audience, just grab like 10K, for example, and invest it into a bot and just try to make your own experience over here and try to push this topic forward, because there's like a huge potential over here. Okay, that's it from my side. Thank you very much for listening, and once again, if you have questions, please let me know. Yeah.
Just a quick question. Do you know any pickup numbers of the current users? How quickly are users switching and trying this, like in the Facebook Messenger or any of these apps, messenger ecosystems that you mentioned? We all know about the success of WeChat in Asia, but what's the pickup here in the Western world of the consumer swifting? How quick do you have any user numbers?
I don't know.
What are the top 3 bots, for example?
Yeah, sure. I don't have exact numbers, but so what we see what we saw from our bot basically is like, the biggest problem is discovery. So, for example, we do have like it's easier, let's say, to find the users on Kik compared to Telegram, for example. So, I mean, it's super important that you build a bot which can go viral somehow in order to build up an initial user base through cooperation, for example, with the messenger, and then that is growing, let's say, on the viral side.
Okay, my second question was actually, you mentioned it, the acquisition thing. How do you get discovered after you build that bot and you say save a lot of money and don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in user acquisition on mobile apps? Let's say you build a bot and you put it in there. How do you get discovered?
I mean, I would say you will not earn money immediately. It's more or less, you earn a lot of insights, which probably just you will have at the end of the day, so you can have it like this way. It's something, what I said at the beginning, it's the very, very early days. It's like the Wild West. You can try out everything. You can try out everything else on the monetization side. And as long as you do this, it will help you probably even more than you just spending all the money into a business where okay, hey, it will bring me this amount of money. Probably the chatbot will bring you later on, double the investment actually. You want to have the rabbit? The rabbits they're coming for free for every question. So one more rabbit is here.
Oh, okay.
Give him a new home.
Hi, great talk, thanks. In terms of artificial intelligence that goes behind this, how do you envision, say 3 to 5 years down the line, the chat medium and the voice medium over time in terms of like user interaction, overlap, diversion, different use cases?
I mean, like I see like there's like a lot of communication, like a lot of discussion about the AI thing there. I would say, it totally makes sense to have this when I'm using Siri, for example, or Facebook's M or whatever they are called. But as I said also during the presentation, I believe that, why just leaving all the opportunities open to the user that he doesn't know what to do, basically. Just give him like some kind of web page where he can just choose what he wants. It's a way easier. You don't have to build like a super complex IA. So you can just do like a very simple version where you can choose between like 3 options. And then you know exactly what kind of thing he wants, or just ask him more specific questions. But I think that makes more sense because like the AI thing will then, if you just go to this direction, it will be limited to a few companies again. You will never be able to invest like hundreds of millions of euro to build like a super intelligent artificial intelligence. Better, build it as user expected, probably a little bit away from what the big companies expect from you. But I think it's closer to the user side instead of having like a very, very big artificial intelligence. But that's my opinion, so. So I'll give it to later, okay?
Can you explain more about what you meant by making your game bots go viral? Or how can you do that within a game platform?
So what I showed like, the example of the quiz game, for example. So like the messengers, they open up the API for specific, let's say, use cases. So you can make a payment, but you can also invite friends, basically. So when I make it viral, it means like giving users a reason to share your actual bot with their friends. So it can be like a multiplayer service, it can be like, please help me here, or send me this, or if you invite a friend, you get this and that. I mean, like, there are a lot of different, let's say, opportunities over there, and it's, again, up to you as a game developer, create a game which makes sense to share with my friends, basically. Hope it's clear.
Awesome, thanks. So I know you're talking about how it's mostly text-based and it's slowly getting more complicated. I was curious about your thoughts on what you think like a session length might be now and what it could be in the future, because I'm wondering if being in a chat platform, people would have a shorter attention span, so they might be wanting something that's much faster, and I'm wondering if as things get more complex, it might start becoming more bloaty like you were talking about in past instances. So I was just wondering your thoughts on that.
I mean, that can definitely happen. I mean, before we started to like say our bot, just try it out. We had the discussion in the team. Okay, what kind of bot we are building? So we have like 400 games. So should we just build a kind of recommendation bot, sending out every day one game which fits to his preferences, let's say, or we just limit it to a specific use case here? I mean, like once again, it's more or less. Up to the game developer itself. I mean, like the text adventures so far, they are pretty deep, so you can spend a lot of time within the thing. But it's like it's more or less there's no real interaction. I can just click and just pass it through. So it's something which probably is not the best thing, I would say. I would say like the messenger medium is something for a short session. I would say right now, because when I'm texting with my friend, for example, I just text him when I have time. So I don't want to spend like half an hour within the messenger and just like, come on, I have to finish this level. So I would say that the best medium are casual games for this one. But probably in, I don't know, a few months, I see, okay, hey, no, like a very complex RPG game is the most successful game there, then hey, something different. But again, that's my opinion. I say casual is definitely good. We see like 10 minutes up session time over there so far, and which is fine for a casual game, definitely. And yeah,